Eddie Hearn and Tom Loeffler have kind of been teasing boxing fans in the past week or so about the possibility of a fight between Carl Froch and Gennady Golovkin. Again, it does just seem to be teasing, trolling. There's no real prospect of the fight actually taking place. But as most of you will know, Carl Froch has never been short on an opinion or two about Gennady Golovkin, and he doesn't seem to hold Golovkin in as high regard as many other people do in boxing, particularly after Carl Froch was ringside, I believe, for Golovkin's last fight against Kell Brook. In an interview with IFL immediately after the fight, he said, look, if that was me in there against against Gennady Golovkin, there's no way Golovkin would have beat me. I think he might have said he would have knocked Golovkin out if he'd been the one in there with Golovkin instead of Brook. So he's not particularly impressed with Golovkin. He thinks Golovkin needs to up his competition levels, and he's been saying that you can't even mention Golovkin in the same sentence as me. I fought far superior opposition and what have you. Froch is kind of doing this with tongue-in-cheek and twinkle in his eye a little bit, but at the same time, maybe this is what he truly believes. But I know that Carl Froch does seem to enjoy winding up a lot of boxing fans and playing the villain from time to time. So I'm going to quote Carl Froch. He was talking to Sky Sports here. And first he's referring to the rumors or whatever that he might be coming back to fight Golovkin. Then he goes on to talk about Golovkin and his, basically outlines his critique of him. So let me quote Carl Froch directly here. He says, I don't know how they manage that or what they are trying to do, but I know Golovkin is desperate for a big name as he's not really fought anyone to date. I know he's got a win over Kell Brook, but let's be honest, Kell is 2 weight divisions below him, so it was not exactly a fair fight, was it? Honestly, I don't know why there is all this speculation that I'm going to fight Golovkin because I've not spoken to Eddie or Tom Loeffler. I've just seen what everybody else has seen on Twitter and YouTube, but I am amazed they keep bringing my name up. I am nearly 40 years old. I've been retired for 2.5 years. I just think they should pick on someone else. Here and now, I'd beat Golovkin. I'm too big for him, but it's not happening. Golovkin needs to fight somebody. He's not going to become a Hall of Famer if he doesn't fight anybody. If Golovkin wants to fight the best, and after talking about moving up to somewhere near super middleweight or even 171 to 172 when my negotiations with him took place over a year ago, I am sure Andre Ward could make that weight. Ward may or may not beat Sergey Kovalev, but I think he does, and I'm sure he can make it to 170 pounds quite easily. That fight would be one of those where they could say, now Golovkin is fighting someone credible. If he wants to talk about being the best, then he needs to fight the best. So if Ward beats Kovalev, that is a fight I would certainly love to see. I'm not sure if it would be a 50-50 simply for the weight reasons, but he was happy to fight someone 2 weight divisions below him, so why not come up 1 division and fight Ward at super middleweight or 170 pounds? Then he can show how great he is, how unbeatable he is, how hard he punches. But I will tell you now, Golovkin will get a shock and he get beat by Andre Ward. So those are the words of the COBRA, Carl Froch. Now personally, I think he makes some valid points. He's talking about the fact that Golovkin fought a guy 2 weight divisions below. So why can't he fight a guy that's a weight division or 2 above? Particularly after saying that, or his team saying that they'd fight anybody from 154 to 168. So I do think that's a valid point that Carl Froch is making there. But I also think he's being a little harsh on Golovkin when he talks about his quality of opposition, because he's not factoring in the fact that the entire middleweight division is running from this man, including Canelo, who dropped down the division and vacated the belt to avoid fighting him. I remember when Carl Froch did his pound for pound list and he had Canelo Alvarez ranked higher than Gennady Golovkin from what I remember. And he was full of far more praise for Canelo Alvarez than he was for Golovkin, even though Canelo ducked the Golovkin fight shamelessly. So I think he's been a little harsh there, but still, he does make some valid points. What do you guys think of this? Do you think Carl Froch should just not talk about Golovkin? At the end of the day, Froch's job now is a boxing analyst. He works for Sky Sports. So he's going to be asked these type of questions, and he's getting paid to give his opinion at the end of the day. Sky Sports have approached him as he is one of their employees, and he said what he said. He is pissing off a lot of Golovkin fans. There's no question about it. So let me know if he's pissed you off. Let me know what you think about Carl Froch. And in a fantasy matchup, just for a bit of fun, who do you think would win between Carl Froch and Gennady Golovkin? Let's talk about the Carl Froch who beat Lucian Bute, for example. How would he fare against Golovkin? I know a lot of people don't think that Golovkin's performance against Brook was his best performance, but let's just say hypothetically that it was the Carl Froch who beat Lucian Bute in there against the Golovkin who fought Kell Brook. Who wins? How does the fight go? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Carl Froch's comments about Golovkin. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel about it? Yeah, drop it all below. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.